everybody, this is Matt Brunet, creator of Animation Look Back and Animats Reviews, and welcome to another exciting update vlog, and the first of 2021. I hope you all are having a good start of your year so far. I know that mine, I can't really complain, and make some resolutions where they would want to make some significant changes in their lives in order to go and improve themselves. And that's kind of what I want to do with my channel. Now, I'm not saying that I am completely changing my channel, but there are going to be, and to give you all some updates regarding what to go and expect from 2021 out of me and my channel, or primarily in the near future, not all of 2021, but at least in the start of 2021. So that way, you will be aware of what's going to be to come, and you might be surprised about some significant updates that I have, and more proud how the series is still going strong, it is still going great, and how everybody has been highly enjoying this. It really brings a smile to my face, and again, it really does make me proud of the effort that I would put onto these videos, and especially with the additional collaboration of voiceovers that would come in and turn this into a great collaborative go and work on these videos and to work on this series in general. However, there is a sad truth that is pretty much unavoidable, especially in 2021, and that is the fact that very soon the series is about to end. And the reason why I mentioned this, and Wreck-It Ralph. So that pretty much means that we're pretty close to Animation Look Back Walt Disney Animation Studios Plus. There's only going to be a few, that's gonna be it. And I don't know, after like more than a year after working on this, it's gonna be sad to think about the end and hard to think about what's gonna be the next thing for me to go and do. But for now, I still have a few parts that I will. It's still gonna be the same thing as how I've been doing so far throughout the parts of Animation Look Back Walt Disney Animation Studios Plus. What's going to be happening is that I'm still going to do once a month with every, will be a new part that shall be coming out. But I'm sure you probably are wondering about the big question. When is the end of Animation Look Back Disney Plus? When is the last part going to be coming out? Now, I have done some estimates, and I would say that the last part is most likely going to be released in March. I would say by the end of March, that's going to be the grand finale of it all. And that's going to be the one where end of what is possibly my biggest web series that I have ever created. And it has been such an amazing adventure. And I could not thank you all enough for joining me on this wonderful experience. And even though it's not done yet, like I am still currently working on the following parts right now, but I don't know. For now, I just want to focus on like what I have in the present, just working on the videos. However, as you may notice in the title, I am not here to primarily discuss about Animation Look Back. What I am here is to go and talk about what's going to be happening to the future of my reviews, because that's primarily the one, some additions to where now you might actually be pleasantly surprised to what I have in store moving forward with my reviews, starting with 2021. And the first thing that I would like to announce, I might as well be overflow my channel with literally nothing but reviews of animated. Apparently in 2021, they got some major, highly anticipated ones in them. Like I figured, why the fridge not? And I know that there are going to be some people out Patreon, by the way. That's actually the next thing that I would like to talk about specifically, and I would go and make a review out of it. And at that point, I did actually think about, especially the term of reviewing, and maybe even earlier in the previous years, a lot of people really took it, or BioShock Infinite, and all that kind of stuff. Now, I'm not saying that they are anything as a review, and this is primarily what I want to talk about. I'm gonna be a little bit more selective in terms of what you're gonna ask me to go and review. I'm not literally gonna say yes to any animation that has a prominent theme of animation, like just a random example, at pitching me your request and tell me why I should. Good job into pitching me why I should review this random thing that would seem out of place in my channel. And like, why do you think that it would be a great idea for me to go and review it? So that's the big thing, that I'm going to be very strict with it. I'm just going to be more picky and a little more true to myself and a little bit more true as a animation channel. So it's mainly for the sake of that why I want to be a little bit more picky with the review requests. And honestly, I don't know why, but requests where I did notice there was a significant amount of people who jumped in and asked to do a review request, which honestly, it's crazy, but still amazing. And to those people, to those new additions, and to those people who did upgrade their pledge for the review request, I cannot thank you enough, and thank you so much for your amazing support when requesting me for a review. And finally, the last thing that you will be expecting from me a lot more soon is going to be some too much into details about this, but I am currently in contact with Just Yet, but a lot of them are definitely prominent YouTubers, will be happening. And honestly, it does feel great to do more of those because they're prominent YouTubers to go and discuss about whatever, talking about either Disney. And if you have not subscribed to me, then why the fridge are you not? Go ahead, other places on social media, including Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And with all that said, once again, I just want to say thank you all so much for watching, and